From time to time in our lives, it seems like we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with toxic people at home, in our families, in the workplace, could be friends. And you don't really realize you're dealing with toxic people until you've probably received some form of suffering, right, from that person. You kind of put up with their shit for a while. And then one day you get out of bed and it occurs to you, these people are really toxic. They're bad for me. So, what do most people do in those situations? Well, we know the people are toxic, but unfortunately, the first thing that people do is they make the mistake of thinking that to fix the situation, the person needs to change. That person is toxic, they need to stop. It's not going to happen, guys. You can't change other people. And that's what everybody wants, too. You want me to give you some kind of an answer that would make the person go away or stop doing that. Okay, tell you what. Go to my website and buy one of my Toxic People Magic Wands. It's only $1. Now, would you believe me if I told you I had a way for you to get that person to change? And as a life coach, I can tell you from firsthand experience that it never ends. It never ends, especially when you consider what I usually coach people on, right? Always is the student looking to change somebody else. And when I don't give them this magic formula or a pill to take or some voodoo magic shit that I can give you that you put on the other person to get them to change, they think I'm the bad guy now, right? But that's what the ego does, guys. The ego is externalized. It's always going to be projecting onto everything else out there and saying that everything else out there needs to change, right? People, and think about this for a second. How many times have you done that in your life? Maybe you don't do that anymore, but we've all done this, everybody. At least at some point in the past, we've approached any problem in our life like we've got to get these other people to change. It's their fault. They got to change. They got to stop. We've all done that. And the thing is that's the way most humans operate. People really think to solve all the world's problems, you got to get all these other people to change. Right? Like toxic family, toxic friends, toxic coworkers. I got to get all these, and that's really what the ego thinks it's going to find. Like people that look for, advice on the internet about what to do, like dating advice, relationship advice, or whatever. They really think, and it's like they don't realize they're doing this. You were there, you know what I'm talking about. People don't realize that they're doing that they actually, in the back of their head, they're thinking, I got to find how to get this person to change. They think they're going to find some magic advice that's actually going to get the other person to change. And that's crazy town. That's really what people think they're going to find when they're desperately searching. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Now, considering what I usually talk about on this channel, I guess I have to mention this. When it comes to your twin flame, if you completely get out of ego with them, yeah, things will be a little different. But I'm not talking about twin flames today. I'm talking about everybody else. And guess what, guys? You're not going to get other people to change. And actually, you can't get your twin flame to change either. It's just that when you stop trying, and the ego is what causes you to do the trying, right? When you stop trying, it changes things between you two, right? With your twins. So either way, like everybody else in your life or your twin flame, you just get out of ego about it. But this video is in particular, it's about everybody else. So what do you do? What do I do, Kurt? Fine, great. I can't change the other people. What do I do? Well, now that we've thoroughly broken down the fact that you can't change other people, let's talk about what you can do. And you've got three choices. You can change the situation, accept the situation, or continue to suffer. If you don't change the situation, like leave, stop being their friend, if you don't change the situation or accept it, you're going to continue to suffer. And I lost count of how many times I've pointed that out to people and they still come back insisting, I don't know what to do about this situation. I've got to get things to change. You're not going to get people to change. How many times do I got to tell you? Right? You got to change the situation, which means probably leave. Or if it's like, if it's in the workplace or something like that, I guess you could run it up the flagpole or take it to the manager, or maybe your problem is the manager. Fine, go talk to HR about it. Well, Kurt, I can't do that either because of et cetera, workplace politics. You know, maybe the manager's got more clout than I do with the HR department. I was actually in a situation like that once. And you know what I did? I found another job. The only other thing you can do is accept the situation, and that does not mean like it, okay? But you make peace with it, and I've made plenty of videos about that, about what acceptance is, right? It's not good, it's not bad, it's just what it is. And you make peace with it. If you don't do one of those two things, you're going to suffer. That's all you can do, guys. How do I deal with toxic people? But Kurt, it's my family. I can't just stop talking to them. Yeah, you can. Kurt, my family? Oh, hey, maybe that's what you're here to do. Right? You've got some kind of karmic lesson with your family, and it's taken you 15 lifetimes to finally say fuck it and walk away from those people. I don't know. I can't tell you guys exactly what it means for your situation. I'm just speaking hypothetically. But maybe that's what it is. Maybe you should stop talking to them. Maybe you should move out. Well, if I move out, all these bad things are going to happen, or that's not going to change anything, or blah, blah, blah. I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to start thinking outside of the box here. You're going to have to change the situation for yourself. Somehow. Move to another town. I don't know. Figure it out. If you don't do that, the only other thing you can do is stay in the situation and learn acceptance. And I mean the very deep teaching of acceptance, the kind of acceptance where you can be put in a situation of great mental or physical suffering and still be at peace. I mean, think of, and I know this is like the most extreme example that I could possibly pick, because I seriously doubt something like this is about to happen to you. But think of Jesus when he was hung up on the cross, and he even felt love for his torturers. He was accepting of it. And I don't think myself personally, or you watching, I don't think we are exactly at that fucking level yet. But it's just a matter of degree, guys. Okay? You know what I mean by that. You know what I mean by that example that I just gave with Jesus. You're going to have to accept. And again, that doesn't mean that you like it. It just means you accept it. You look at it and you say it just is, and you make peace with it. If you don't change the situation or accept it, you're going to continue to suffer, period. You're not going to change other people. It's not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen. So stop trying. You got two options. And let me tell you something. Usually when you pick one of those two options, your life changes in ways that you weren't expecting. Just saying. It changes in a good way. Changes in a good way. That's how you deal with toxic people and toxic situations, guys. Those are your only two choices. Remember that. There's no magic wand. There's no magic pill. You're it. You got to do the work, my friend. So get busy. Get busy. Thanks for watching.